What's going on, everyone? So this whole LeBron decision 2 thing has been wild, right? I don't like how many people really believed it was him announcing his retirement. It made no sense. Like, he's going to announce his retirement in the middle of training camp 2 weeks before the season begins, right? Like, it's just the timing made no sense, right? Like, he had all offseason to think about this and talk to his family and all that stuff. Not just that, but like all the history that we've gotten about LeBron would tell you that he's not going to do that. And it was some kind of advertisement or endorsement or something like that. 2, he said himself that he regretted the decision and the way it was handled. So why would he then go follow up another major decision with the decision 2, right? When all he's done is poked fun of it, and, media and things like that have just poked fun of it. I mean, Steve Carell even did a fun little thing about it, right? Like, a shot by shot, like recreation and things like that. Like, it made no sense for LeBron James to announce his retirement there, right? Even JJ Redick told me, like, dude, you guys are idiots if you really thought that was him announcing his retirement, right? Like, it made no sense. But the blow up is crazy, right? One, LeBron James is now being sued by a fan, which, that's just going to get thrown out. That's just a slapstick lawsuit. That's nothing, right? Like, that's going to get thrown out the door. 2, Stephen A. Smith. This guy, it is so funny watching this guy. Dude, this guy talks about LeBron. I don't know what he's going to do career-wise when LeBron retires. Because all he does is talk about LeBron for a guy that can't stand LeBron and swears that he's never going to talk about him again after his career's up and blah, 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 blah. Right? Like, but every opportunity he has, he's talking about it. This guy went on like a 5-minute rant about how, terrible it was and like Jordan would have never done blah, blah, blah. Like, dude, you talk about LeBron wanting attention, right? One, that's what this was. Everybody knew it was about attention. LeBron knew it was about attention. Why? Because you're trying to get attention on the Hennessy deal. So was this about attention? Yeah, goofy. It was about attention. 2, you went on an entire tour and campaign garnering attention and talking about LeBron James. So much so, LeBron James was like, dude, like, this guy's going on a Taylor Swift level tour just to talk about our little incident. But the entire time you tried to talk about how you don't care and LeBron this, that, and the other, but you're going on every talk show you could. I've never seen Stephen A. Smith be on more talk shows and more, YouTube channels and things like that than when he was talking about the LeBron James situation. So you talk about LeBron garnering attention, and yet all you do is use LeBron as attention, right? Like, if you would have said it was, it was silly and like, it was a little ridiculous and, it bothered and it was frustrating, sure, right? Because it was a silly little ad. Like, LeBron knew what he was doing, right? Was it grimy and all this other? Like, no, I don't think it was. Like, people are making it seem like this was just like, man, like, wow, we need to cancel LeBron, right? Like, it's silly. Like, look, there's always going to be the camps. There's always going to be the LeBron can do no wrong. Oh my God, the guy just like, he just walks on clouds. And then there's going to be the side of things. No matter what he does, he's the worst human being ever. The guy could solve world hunger and people would be like, he just wants attention. The guy's trash, right? Like, it was a silly advertisement for Hennessy. Was it the greatest advertisement ever? It worked, right? Everyone's talking about it. Stephen A. Smith he's gone on 3 different shows and talked about it since, right? Like, so it worked, right? Like, say what you want about LeBron. The guy knows how to get attention, right? Like, LeBron's not above criticism. Like, if you want to talk about his game and all that other stuff, the thing that I think is funny though about Stephen A. is he talks about how, like, I only criticize him about his game and his play. Then why are you even talking about this? Right? Like, this has nothing to do with the game. This has nothing to do with bad. Why are you comparing this to Jordan and all this other stuff? This would be like Jordan, and now like, okay, so Jordan retiring 3 times and keep coming back, right? Like, that's not, like, what do you call that? Right? So he retires, comes back, retires again, comes back, like, and then, has a whole thing before he retires again. And like, So what is that, right? Like, it's just, again, like, everyone wants to turn everything into like a Jordan LeBron debate or a Jordan this or a LeBron this debate. Like, it's silly. It's an ad, right? Like, like, he probably didn't even come up with the idea. It was probably the marketing team for Hennessy. Like, hey, you know what would be hilarious is if you did this. And LeBron was like, sure, you're paying me how much? No problem. I got you. Let's poke fun of it and let's get off the attention of the thing. Like, them talking about like, oh, this isn't a good look because of how the previous decision was looked at. Nobody cares about the decision. The only one who cared about the decision was Dan Gilbert. Like, was the decision in bad taste? Yes. Right? But he raised money for the Boys and Girls Club. Right? Like, and, was it an intention thing? Sure. Because he was raising money for the Boys and Girls Club. Like, people act like this dude did something heinous and oh my God, right? So he now pokes fun at the decision that happened like 20 years ago at this point, right? It was like 18 years ago or whatever. Like, he's poking fun at something that happened, again, like 18, 20 years ago. And people are like, oh, wow, this is in poor taste. Like, stop. It's so ridiculous, right? Like, but again, LeBron wins. LeBron won, right? He's getting all the attention. People are still talking about it, right? Stephen A. Smith is losing his mind and the rest of his hair is falling out. Like, it's crazy, right? It's crazy. But I just think it's so funny. Look, one, I think it's funny that he's being sued. Two, I think it's funny that Stephen A. Smith goes on a whole rant talking about how he's just attention seeking and this is not a good look and blah, blah, blah. And all you've done the last year is deride LeBron James every opportunity that you can. Stephen A. Smith needs to start, like, LeBron James must be his agent or something, or must be getting a kickback or something. He has to. If I'm LeBron James at this point, I'm telling Stephen A. Smith, dude, I need 15% because you don't go a day without mentioning me in some capacity for a guy that doesn't want to talk about me. It's just crazy. Stephen A. Smith has gone on 3 or 4 different shows to talk about LeBron James ad campaign and go on these 5-minute rants and tangents about nothing. And literally exactly what he's complaining about, he's doing himself. It's so funny. My favorite thing, which I have no problems with, I actually love it, right? My favorite thing is LeBron James, or Stephen A. Smith did the whole "I'm pleading to you as a father," right? About LeBron James, and Bronny James and the nepotism and all this stuff. And he's just been parading his daughter around on everything the last couple months, which again, I love, right? That's what you're supposed to do. If I'm in a big enough position where I can uplift my kids and get my nepotism's how the world works, right? Wake up. It's more often who you know rather than what you know, right? Most success leads from something that somebody helped. No one gets successful and rich on their own, right? Who was it? It was, who was it? Basically, I'm blanking on who it was off the top of my head, but he was just basically it was Anthony Mackie, the actor, right? He said, all of us sitting up here, somebody chose you. Somebody said, you're the guy, because he's there were guys that were faster, that were better, that were, more physical, that were bigger, were stronger, whatever. And for whatever reason, we got the guy. It's how the world works. At some point, somebody looked at LeBron and went, that guy, we need to make sure he is with us. So that way the guy was getting endorsement, all kinds of stuff, right? Stephen A. Smith, at some point, somebody went, he's the guy that we're going to propel and lift up, right? Nepotism runs the world, right? Fathers help their kids. That's the whole point. If you're in a position to where you can help your kid and have them be successful, you wouldn't do it? If your uncle or sister or whomever, right, was hey, I want to give you this platform to where you can have success, you're not going to take it? Be like, man, I don't want nepotism. I don't believe in nepotism. Stop it. It's ridiculous. Corey, I wish I had somebody that would be like, you're the guy, here you go. It'd be my brother, it'd be my cousin, it'd be who, I don't care. I hope somebody one day is you need to be on, beautiful, right? Even me. I don't have any success if it's not for you watching these videos, right? YouTubers, content creators, streamers, all of us. Guess what? We're not doing it by ourselves. It takes an army, armies of people, thousands, hundreds of thousands, in some cases, millions of people to make people in positions like myself successful, right? Like nobody does it alone. So it's just, I just find these situations just so wild to me. It really is. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. I pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out. We enjoy these types of videos and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.